Okay, beta, good morning all again. We did chemical properties of metals and non-metals yesterday, and we discussed how do metals and non-metals react with oxygen and with water. Those two chemical properties we have already studied. We'll be studying about the third chemical properties, reaction with acid. How do metals and non-metals react with acids? Let us first take up metals. Metals in general react with acid to form salt and hydrogen. For this, an activity is given in your book, activity 4.6, wherein we will add different metal, magnesium, aluminium, iron, copper separately into hydrochloric acid, dilute hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. And it is observed that different metals react with acids in different manner. And we have found that zinc reacts with sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. All right. Magnesium will also react with hydrochloric acid to give magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. Now, this is a metal, zinc is a metal. Let's take an example. Zinc is a metal and it is reacting with an acid, sulfuric acid. So it will form a corresponding salt of zinc sulfate. Suppose the acid is hydrochloric acid, then it will form zinc chloride. If it is taking hydrochloric acid, then zinc chloride will be formed. If it is sulfuric acid, then zinc sulfate. So this salt here indicates a general class of substance, and it depends upon the type of reactants you have taken. So it will be one salt formed, zinc sulfate, and hydrogen gas will be liberated whenever metals react with acid. Now, how do we come to know that it is hydrogen gas which is being liberated? Because it is a colorless gas. For this, we studied yesterday also. Hydrogen gas को test करने के लिए we bring a burning candle or burning matchstick or burning splinter near the mouth of the delivery tube from where the gas is being evolved, and it burns with a pop sound. Hydrogen gas burns because it is a combustible gas. It burns with pop sound. That indicates that hydrogen gas is being formed. Now, we must know that all metals do not react in similar manner. Copper, for example, the less reactive metal like copper does not react with dilute hydrochloric at all. It will react with sulfuric acid, and it will not react with hydrochloric acid. So different metals react differently with acids. Now, how do non-metal reacts with acid? Non-metals जो होते हैं, they generally do not react with acids and hence show no reaction. Generally, they do not react with acids. So there is no reaction between non-metals and acid. For example, in the activity charcoal, if you drop it into hydrochloric acid or you put sulfur powder into hydrochloric or sulfuric acid, there is no reaction observed. This shows that non-metals do not react with acids. Now the next property is reaction with bases. How do metals and non-metals react with bases? For this activity 4.7, we'll take freshly prepared sodium hydroxide solution in a test tube, and then we'll drop a piece of aluminium foil. Aluminium foil हमारे घर में होता है, उसका piece अगर हम sodium hydroxide में we add to it, bubbles are seen evolving from the test tube, and if you bring a burning splinter near it, it burns with a pop sound. There is a pop sound coming out. It again indicates कि जो metals होते हैं, they will react with bases like sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide is another base, and it will form corresponding salt, and hydrogen gas will be evolved. Hydrogen gas again will be evolved in case of reaction with bases also, as it is produced in case of acids. Similarly, in bases also hydrogen gas is being produced, and this can be tested with the help of bringing a burning candle or a matchstick near to the mouth of the test tube, and it burns with a pop sound. So metals react with sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide base to produce corresponding salts and hydrogen gas. अब नॉन मेटल्स बेस के साथ कैसे रिएक्ट करते हैं? नॉन मेटल्स लाइक सल्फर, कार्बन, ऑल दीज, इनके बीच में जो रिएक्शन होता है, रिएक्शन डज हैपन, but it is a complex reaction because multiple products are being formed, and such kind of reactions are beyond our study scope for present 8th class ke liye. We'll be studying about them in the higher classes. So reaction with bases react with non-metals, they do react, but the reaction is a more complex reaction. You cannot write down a simple reaction as you've written in this case. So they do react. Now this is all for the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. So let us summarize quickly. We have studied 4 chemical properties. First one is how do metals and non-metals react with oxygen. Second is how do metals and non-metals react with water. Third is how do metals and non-metals react with acids. And fourth, how do metals and non-metals react with bases. For your syllabus, this much is enough for your class. Now let's take up another related chemical property, which is called as displacement reactions. Another type of, it's a type of chemical reactions which are called as displacement reactions. For this, there is activity 4.8, and we'll be seeing this activity in the form of a video. Let's observe that first, and then let us summarize.
Of a chemical change in which atoms of one element replace the atoms of another element from the molecules of the compound. Let us take up an example. When an iron knife is dipped in an aqueous solution of copper sulfate, a layer of reddish-brown precipitate is formed. On the iron knife, the iron from the knife, being more reactive than copper, displaces it from the copper sulfate solution. The copper so separated gets collected on the surface of iron knife. Activity: take 500 milliliters beakers and add 20 milliliter water in them. Label the beakers as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Add 5 grams copper sulfate to beakers 1 and 2. 5 grams zinc sulfate to 3 and 5. And 5 gram iron sulfate to beaker 4. Now add some iron nails to beakers 2 and 5. Copper turnings to beakers 3 and 4. And zinc granules to beaker 1. Then keep the beakers undisturbed for some time and observe carefully. You will observe that the color of the copper sulfate solution changes in beakers 1 and 2. On the other hand, no change is observed in beakers 3, 4, and 5. In beaker 1, zinc Zn replaces copper Cu from the copper sulfate CuSO4 solution to form zinc sulfate ZnSO4 and copper. Because of this, the blue color of copper sulfate disappears and a reddish-brown substance, that is copper, gets deposited at the bottom of the beaker. Similarly, in beaker 2, iron replaces copper from the copper sulfate solution. Hence, the color of the solution changes from blue to green, and a reddish-brown substance gets deposited on the iron nail. We conclude that displacement reaction takes place between the more reactive metals to the less reactive metals of salt solution.
Studying about metals and non-metals, now we come across a very interesting reaction called displacement reaction. To understand displacement reaction, let us consider a very simple example.
Okay. Now, let us first understand what are displacement reactions. We have observed in the activity, the first beaker, we have dropped some zinc metal into copper sulfate solution. Zinc metal in copper sulfate solution. Copper sulfate is a blue color solution, a light blue color solution, and zinc metal is dropped into it. And after some time, it is observed that the blue color of the solution changes to light blue. It changes to light blue, and copper is deposited, a red color deposition of copper is observed in the beaker. Now what happens is, similarly in the second one, we have taken in the second beaker, we have taken again copper sulfate solution, which is a blue color solution, and we have added iron nails or iron pieces to it, and it is left as such for some time. What happens? We will see that the color of the solution changes from blue to light green, and again there is red color deposition on the iron nails. In the third beaker, we have taken zinc sulfate solution. It is a colorless solution in which copper turnings or copper pieces are dropped, and it is left as such for some time, and there is no reaction happening. There is no change happening. In the fourth beaker, we have taken iron sulfate solution, which is a light green color solution, and we have added copper turnings or copper pieces to it, and we have left as such, and there is no reaction happening in it. There is no change in it. In the fifth beaker, we have taken zinc sulfate solution, again a colorless solution, and we have added few iron nails to it, as you have seen in the video, and there was no change or no reaction happening after some time. That means that when we saw the changes in the first two beakers only, where zinc was added to copper sulfate solution and a red color deposition of copper was observed, and the color changed from blue to very, very faint blue or almost colorless. Now this happens because zinc, which is a metal, is more reactive when compared to copper, and hence it displaces copper from its salt solution to give zinc sulfate and free copper. It displaces copper from this solution to release that free copper here. So displacement reactions are reactions in which a more reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from its salt solution. अब क्योंकि यहाँ पर copper जो था, that was displaced from its solution, by zinc, it proves that zinc is a more reactive metal when compared to copper. Copper भी एक metal है, तो zinc ज़्यादा reactive metal है when compared to copper. इसीलिए उसने copper को उसकी solution में से displace कर दिया, remove कर दिया to release this, and instead joins to form zinc sulfate. Clear? So such kind of reactions are called as displacement reactions. Similarly, in case of second case, iron nails were dropped in copper sulfate solution. If you remember, 7th class mein, this was an activity for you, which was shown to you that iron nails or iron filings or iron blade was dropped into copper sulfate solution and left as such for some time. And maybe the next day the result was shown कि ये जो solution blue color का था, that changed into light green, and there was some deposition over iron nails or even blade if you had used iron blade or iron filings were used. अब इसका reason क्या है? The same reason again. Iron can displace copper. यहाँ देखिए copper को बाहर निकाल दिया ना, product formed is copper. तो copper iron जो है copper को displace कर रहा है from its solution of copper sulfate to form iron sulfate and copper. अब ऐसे करने से पता लग रहा है, we come to know that iron is more reactive when compared to copper. Zinc is also more reactive than copper. Iron is also more reactive than copper. Now, what happens in third case? हमने copper drop किया, copper add किया to zinc sulfate solution. हमने पहले केस में देखा था जिंक ज्यादा रिएक्टिव है देन कॉपर, इसलिए जिंक ने कॉपर को डिस्प्लेस कर दिया। अब हमने कॉपर डाला है जिंक सल्फेट में, कैन इट डू इट? नो, बिकॉज कॉपर इज लेस रिएक्टिव व्हेन कंपेयर टू जिंक। तो जो लेस रिएक्टिव मेटल है वो मोर रिएक्टिव मेटल को डिस्प्लेस नहीं कर सकता है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई द रिएक्शन डिड नॉट हैपन। क्लियर? फोर्थ केस में देखिए, कॉपर जो है वी हैव एडेड टू आयरन सल्फेट सॉल्यूशन. Copper is being added to iron sulfate solution. We have already seen in this case कि आयरन ने कॉपर को डिस्प्लेस किया क्योंकि आयरन ज्यादा रिएक्टिव था. अब यहाँ पर कॉपर cannot displace iron because copper is less reactive when compared to iron. So it does not displace it and the reaction does not occur. क्योंकि कॉपर आयरन से कम रिएक्टिव है तो वो उसको उसमें से डिस्प्लेस नहीं कर पाता है उसके सॉल्ट सॉल्यूशन से, एंड हेंस रिएक्शन डज नॉट अकर. नाउ लेट्स टेक अनदर कॉम्बिनेशन. वी हैव टेकन जिंक सल्फेट सॉल्यूशन एंड आयरन. जिंक सल्फेट एंड आयरन. आयरन जो है वो कंपैरेटिवली जिंक से कम रिएक्टिव है. आयरन जो है वो जिंक से कम रिएक्टिव है, and hence it cannot displace zinc from its solution and the reaction does not occur. So these are the examples, two examples of displacement reaction. Let us recall again, revise again. A more reactive metal, this you must remember, a more reactive metal will displace less reactive metal. कहाँ से? From its salt solution. ये salt solutions है, metal की salt solutions है. These are called metal solutions, है ना? Copper sulfate, zinc sulfate. कॉपर इसमें मेटल है, इसमें कॉपर मेटल है, इसमें जिंक मेटल है, इसमें आयरन मेटल है, इसमें जिंक मेटल है. तो मोर रिएक्टिव मेटल्स जो होते हैं वो लेस रिएक्टिव मेटल को फ्रॉम इट्स सॉल्यूशन जब डिस्प्लेस कर देते हैं तो उस तरह की रिएक्शंस को हम वी कॉल सच रिएक्शंस डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन. नाउ इफ यू हैव टू समराइज फ्रॉम दिस, ये जो हमने तीन मेटल्स यूज किए हैं, एसेंशियली हमने कौन से तीन यूज किए हैं? जिंक, कॉपर एंड आयरन. अगर इन तीनों की रिएक्टिविटी को कंपेयर किया जाए तो वी कैन कंक्लूड दैट जिंक इज मोर रिएक्टिव व्हेन कंपेयर टू आयरन एंड आयरन इज मोर रिएक्टिव व्हेन कंपेयर टू कॉपर. There are large number of elements, but we are talking only about three of these metals. We are talking about only these three metals. We are not talking about other metals. वो भी reactive, less reactive, more reactive है. Some will follow copper and some will be ahead of zinc also. हमने कल किया है already. Sodium, potassium, they are more reactive when compared to zinc. कितना ज़्यादा react कर रहा था सोडियम, तो आपने देखा reaction में that it reacted immediately with water and produced sodium hydroxide. So it is very reactive metal. So it will be in the series ahead of it. And we have already read about noble metals like gold, silver, platinum, which are less reactive when compared to copper. So based on their reactivity, a reactivity series is formed about which you will be studying in higher classes, which actually puts them in order of increasing reactivity or decreasing reactivity, starting from the most reactive to the least reactive metal, and that is called as reactivity series. हमने कल already देख लिया था कि gold, silver, platinum जो हैं ये बहुत noble metals हैं. They do not react with water, they do not react with air, they do not react with even acids, they do not react even with bases. So they are such metals that they are not reacting at all. And you have already studied कि कॉपर जो है कंपैरेटिवली लेस रिएक्टिव है. वी हैव ऑलरेडी स्टडीड कि जिंक, सोडियम एंड पोटेशियम जो है वो ज्यादा रिएक्टिव मेटल है. वो तो इतना रिएक्टिव है कि उसको हमें स्टोर करना पड़ता है इन केरोसिन, सोडियम मेटल. सो दिस प्रूव्स दैट देयर इज the different metals have different reactivity, and based on that they have been arranged in a reactivity series. And we must remember that a more reactive metal can replace a less reactive metal, but a less reactive metal cannot replace a more reactive metal. This we have to understand, and this we have already seen it as a proof in these 5 sets of experiment we have done. that is all for this chapter. There is a small part of the chapter which involves uses. Because हमने metals और non-metals के बारे में इतना सारा पढ़ लिया है, we must know where are these metals and non-metals being used in our daily life. Let us quickly observe as to where these metals and non-metals are being used in our daily life. Beta ji, zinc is mainly used. We'll be studying about metals first. Metals के आपको already uses पता हैं बहुत सारे, हमारे gold, silver जो हैं हमें पता है that they are being used in gold and silver is used for making jewelry. Copper is used for making electrical wires, cooking utensils. Zinc जो है it is used as a protective coat for iron. Galvanization process में हम लोगों ने galvanization already पढ़ा हुआ है, so it is used to cover iron. Then aluminium is used for making electrical cables, packaging. Aluminium foils बनते हैं, cooking utensils बनते हैं aluminium के. Metals like iron and steel जो है they are widely used in building and home construction material. तो ये सारे uses हमने metals के already किए हुए हैं. All right. Now we can always come to know the various uses of non-metals also. हम लोगों को लगता है कि सिर्फ metals ही हमारी daily life में use होते हैं, but there are non-metals also which are being used, and one of the most important non-metal is oxygen. Without oxygen, the living things won't be there, right? No life is possible. So we inhale oxygen during the breathing process. So oxygen is one of the non-metal which is used widely. Then chlorine is used for purifying water. Chlorine tablets add की जाती हैं water purification process में. Chlorine in a combined form is used even for as a disinfectant. Then phosphorus is used in crackers. पटाखों में use होता है, और phosphorus हमने कल पढ़ा था. It is a reactive non-metal which is stored in water because it reacts with atmospheric air. Nitrogen 78% हमारी atmosphere में है. It is used in fertilizers. It is essentially used in making fertilizers. हमारी जो packaging करनी होती है to make or to keep the food products for a longer, increasing their shelf life, nitrogen is being used. Graphite is a form of carbon which is used as good conductor of electricity. Graphite जो है it is used for as a good conductor of electricity. Potassium is a metal otherwise. It is also used in fertilizers. Nitrogen is used by plants also. Graphite जो है it is used for making pencil leads also. हमें पता है ना, pencil leads में जो graphite use होता है. Carbon को in the form of coal हम fuel की तरह use करते हैं. Carbon in the form of diamond is used as jewelry. Bromine एक और non metal है which is used in dyes and pesticides. These are all uses. Iodine, we have read about iodine. Iodine हमने एक exception किया था जहां पर हमने पढ़ा था कि iodine के crystals जो होते हैं shiny होते हैं, unlike physical property of non-metals जो कि ज्यादातर dull होते हैं. Iodine के crystals shiny purple color के crystals होते हैं और इनसे एक important antiseptic solution बनता है जिसको हम कहते हैं tincture of iodine. टिंचर ऑफ आयोडीन कहते हैं, जो कि हमारी कोई चोट लग जाती है, वूंड लग जाती है तो उसके ऊपर लगाया जाता है. तो आयोडीन इज अनदर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट नॉन मेटल विच इज बीइंग यूज्ड इन अवर डेली लाइफ. सो दैट इज ऑल फॉर दिस चैप्टर.